Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I wanted to see in this housing market in 2021 what $300,000 will actually get you, and you might be shocked as I was by the results. Some of the cities I kind of expected to see what I found, but some of the others I was shocked to see how big of a house you could get. So now I'm gonna go through properties in 5 different cities and show you what I found. And I'm going to start with smallest to largest size home that you can buy for $300,000. So with that, let's get into the video and start looking at properties. The first city that we're going to get started with is Boston, and that just happens to be where I live. This is also the smallest property you can actually get. So let's take a look at what $300,000 buys you in Boston. And actually just under $300,000 will buy you a parking space. And this isn't even a permanent parking space. This is just a parking lease for the next 55 years. But hey, at least the parking space is nice, right? It has brick and everything. Beautiful. But if you're trying to buy something for $300,000 to live in, then Boston may not be your city for right now. Of course, if you go outside of Boston a little bit, you can find something, but inside of Boston, you're gonna be stuck to a parking spot. So at least your car will have a place to live. And I'll be honest, when I first started my search in Boston, I was shocked to see that I couldn't even get a condo for $300,000 because there are other cities in the country that I would have expected this to be from, but not Boston. And because I couldn't find anything you could actually live in Boston, I decided to expand my search just a little bit outside of Boston a little further. But unfortunately, I still wasn't able to find a house you could live in. All I found was an empty lot that you could buy for just under $300,000. This would allow you to build on it. As it states in the description, you could build a 3-family property, but that's obviously an added expense, especially with the prices of lumber today. So second up, New York City. I actually expected New York City to be the smallest and the least amount of living space, but as you saw with Boston, that one you can't even live in. So number 2 happens to be New York City, funny enough. So in New York City, you can buy yourself a studio apartment, 450 square feet for just under $300,000. So let's take a look through these pictures. So this is your bedroom, your living room. This is your kitchen, very small kitchen. The kitchen is basically just a walk-in closet. The refrigerator is outside of the kitchen itself. You have a tiny sink, a tiny stove, a little bit of prep area. So if you like to cook a lot, then this is probably not going to be for you. And then this bathroom is an old, outdated bathroom, and it just looks awful. The window is old, you can see it's just quite disgusting. And then you have this nice elevator and common laundry room. But this is what $300,000 is going to get you in New York City. So if you're planning to move to New York City on a $300,000 budget, this is what you've got in store. But as we go through this list of cities, you're going to see how much more you get for your money as you move further down in the country. So now let's take a look at the Austin, Texas area. Austin, Texas, and Texas in general has been a very popular place for people to move to over the last year and a half. Of course, we know people like Joe Rogan and all these other big celebrities and people that you know have been making this move down to Texas. So when you take a look at what you can actually get for your money, then you might be shocked and you might not be surprised that a lot of people are moving to these cities. So now let's take a look at what $300,000 gets you in Austin, Texas. So you can see here you get a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,200 square foot house in Austin, Texas. You get a yard, you get a garage, you get an actual property. So let's take a look at the property to see how it looks inside. It looks pretty nice from the outside, and as you go inside, you can see that it looks quite a bit nicer than the condo we just saw. It has nice new flooring. It's not that bad. It has a nice sized kitchen for the price. You have a nice little dining area. You get a pretty good sized bathroom. And look at this closet. This closet is bigger than the kitchen we just saw in the condo in New York City. And look at this backyard that you get as well. So if you have kids, this is definitely the right place to go. But yeah, I mean, you get multiple parking spaces and everything, all for $300,000. So Austin, Texas, this is a big thumbs up for me. Next on our list is Tampa, Florida. Now the first thing you'll notice here is that this house is actually a brand new house. In fact, these are built when you purchase the house. So you'll have a brand new house no one's ever even lived in. And you can see it's a nice size. It's 3 beds, 2 baths, 1,600 square feet, all for under $300,000. So now let's take a look through the house to get an idea of what you can buy in Tampa. Obviously, being a new house, you get all of these nice new finishes, nice tile flooring, nice cabinets, a nice paint, nice everything, nice bathrooms. This is so much more space than you can get in the Northeast in these bigger cities. I initially expected a little bit smaller property in Tampa, Florida, but I was quite shocked by the fact that you could get a 1,600 square foot brand new house for $300,000. So Tampa is also a huge plus as well. But the property that I've been waiting to show you for the whole video is in Memphis, Tennessee. Now let's first take a look at the property from the street. You can see here this is quite a big property for just $300,000. It's 4 beds, 3 baths, and it's about 2,500 square feet in total. And we'll take a look inside and you can see how nice of a property it is. As we start going through the property, you can see it does need a little bit of updating, maybe some paint, maybe new flooring, but the flooring is not bad. Overall, it's in great condition, and there's so much space that you can grow in if you have a family. And the best of all is you actually get a pool in your backyard. It's a nice L-shaped pool. It's a great size pool. So if you're looking for a house with a pool, this is also a great option as well. And so as we've seen, Memphis, Tennessee is one of the cheapest cities to live in the country. And as we saw at the beginning, Boston and New York are really expensive. Since Boston, you can't even live in a property for $300,000. And of course, in this housing market, the prices are even crazier. And cities are seeing huge spikes in prices as well. Despite all of the hype around everyone leaving these big cities are here to stay, and the cities are definitely not getting any cheaper. So if you're looking for a nice size home, then probably Memphis, Tennessee, Austin, Texas, Tampa, Florida are some of the better options if you're able to move to those areas. But if you have to live in the East Coast, then it's going to be a lot tougher to find a nice property for $300,000. Of course, as you move outside of the city ranges, you'll find more properties for those price ranges. But if you want to live in the city, then these are the cities to consider that I just went through below. So I hope this was a fun little journey for you to see what these 5 different cities have to offer for $300,000. I hope it was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you like this video, definitely smash the like button down below. And if you enjoy videos about real estate, about the housing market, about anything to do with financial success, then definitely subscribe for more content as I post regularly. And I appreciate you for watching this video. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.